Hello world. Hey YouTube. It's Sandy RubyMelo. I'm sorry I haven't really made any videos. It's been really crazy this year. Tell you a little bit about it. Let me go ahead and pause my second camera. I um I wanted to talk about living in a nursing home during this COVID-19 crisis that we're having this year. And I don't usually stress about certain things anymore because, like, I literally have no control over anything. And it's been an experience. If you know anything about me, I got into a car accident about 5 years ago. This year, July will make 5 years. And I got into the car accident that left me kind of paralyzed from my shoulders down. I have a short video about that. I should make a longer video explaining the different steps of what happened, but here we go. I spent about 14 months in the hospital initially because I was going through so many the transition was crazy. Like, I was on life support for a good little minute, and I had a trach. It was crazy. It was just a lot of stuff. Then I lived in a nursing home for like 6 months. Uh, and then I went from the nursing home to living with my mom and my little sister. I lived with them for about 2, maybe almost 3 years, and then I had some complications going back and forth. It's a lot of drama with that. I don't really want to go into that, but then I ended up finding myself in a nursing home, which is almost like 3 hours from where I'm from. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to make that much videos, because my son actually used to be able to help me and other people. Now it's like, ugh, if I'm not like super deliberate about it, or like get the camera position just right, it's just so much. And then I go through so many other different things. It's been really hard to make my videos. Hopefully, prayerfully, pray for me, you guys. And my miracles start coming in, and my opportunity to go back home is coming soon. But with all this coronavirus stuff, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm not the only one going through it in the world today. Anyway, living in a nursing home has been a great eye opener as far as like how people treat disabled people. For the most part, my overview of from going from home for so long and coming here, I noticed how spoiled I was, and still, I guess, you could still lose sight of you know the little things, I guess. And there's ups and downs for both sides. When I initially first got here to this facility, it was a very hard, crazy transitioning process. The people here were extremely rude. A lot, well, they still are. I've just learned to adapt. Um, a lot of the people who work here are overworked. Um, a lot of the patients here are, I guess, hey, borderline homeless people looking, and uh, former drug addicts or something, because a lot of people are just really dilapidated. The elderly people that are here are super dirty, I don't know, it's a lot of stuff going on. But for the most part, it's been a very scary experience living here, only because um, like, you don't know what to expect, especially because of what the news has been portraying as far as like the nursing homes. Like, once the virus hits a nursing home or whatnot, it's like it bombards the whole medical system and everybody gets sick at all at once. The people, unfortunately, somebody did get affected by the virus here in my facility. Actually, it was one of the staff, and thank God it's only been one case, and they were able to contain it, which kind of surprises me because this facility is not up to up to code when it comes to cleanliness, but I guess they've been really on top of it since this whole virus thing started. And that was about a month ago since we found out that one of the girls had the virus, and nobody else has been um, uh, infected by it since. Initially, I was like mortified. Every so often, I have to pause my camera every 5 minutes because I technically use two cameras to do this. I use an external camera to videotape this, and then I use this thing called Camera Mouse to navigate through the computer. If you want to look it up, it's just Camera Mouse, and it helps me use the computer. I don't know if anybody wants any more information about that, but just jot a question down, and I'll try my best to answer it for you. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I was initially mortified. Like, I was like, even though sometimes I could get really depressed and be like, oh, I'm done. I don't want to live anymore. I'm so sick of this place. I'm sick of not being independent, sick of not. But, like, the concept of death is a very unknown thing. So it's like, even though I could get really icky about it, I don't want to die like that. Suffering sucks. So, I don't know. I it just kind of overwhelmed me one day, and I just started crying when I initially heard of the person getting sick. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die because I'm already compromised. It's really hard for me to breathe. I had pneumonia last year, and it was like really hard to get through. I was in the ICU. I have a video on that where I was in the ICU. If you don't want to watch that video, it's somewhere in my archives, I guess. And I try to be humble about it and laugh about it and stuff like that. But suffering is not a very great thing to go through. God has given me the ability to just, take things for what they are. I didn't put myself here in this world, so I just have to take it for what it is sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's like nobody wants to go through bad things. So when you think of a bad thing that's like crushing people, especially because I haven't been able to see my family for the past 2 months since this whole ordeal started, I at least want to say goodbye to people. I don't want to die in this nursing home, like without having, the ability to say goodbye. And then like right now I'm about to cry and then I'm like, I don't want to because people die and things happen or whatever. And I've been trying to just keep myself together. It sucks to live in a nursing home only because, um, first of all, I don't get the attention that I deserve as far as like being a quadriplegic. I don't get no therapy. When I was home, I used to get therapy at least 3 times a week. Somebody would come and flip me around and dip me and exercise me. I don't get none of that here. And when I do get some therapy, the people that work here do not. Um, And I don't want to be snitching on people. That's not my style because I'm sure some of the people that support me that work here watch my videos and stuff. So I don't want to go in too hard because they'll know. But yeah, like there's so much bad things that I could say about living in a nursing home. And people who work in a nursing home know what I'm talking about. How the neglect goes, especially because if they're overworked and they don't have enough people on staff, especially with this coronavirus thing going on, some people will just not show up. I'll be like, okay, I got kids at home, I got stuff to do, and I get it. Life is happening for everybody, and this is a very scary place to be as a medical personnel. However, it's been just a really extremely crazy journey. And it sucks that I started to make this video just so I can go in deep about the just how it is to live in a nursing home. But like as I'm talking, I'm like I don't want to put nobody or nothing on blast too much because I really appreciate the people who do care for me here. At one point, I hated everybody and I hated living here. I hated being alive. But now, like, I've made a lot of good friends since I've been here. Like, there's a lot. I've been fortunate to make friends with the younger generation, of kids that work here and some of the girls that are way younger than me and the guys and stuff. And so I can't like bump them for the things that they're doing because they do look out for me and stuff. But then there's other people, like there's this one old lady that works here. She's been having me more often lately. And she really stirs my soul. Like, I don't know. It sucks that I can't even speak freely in my own private video. That I know people will see this and be like, oh man, poor baby, she can't. I already want to restart this video. It's crazy. I'm all of a sudden super emotional and just want to bawl my eyes out because the things that I should say, I don't want to say them because I don't want to get treated bad. I don't want somebody who works here, sees this video, shares it with somebody else in this facility, and then all of a sudden I'm blackballed or something, and then next thing you know, people start treating me like shit. For the most part, people treat me okay because I am alert and I can speak and I could advocate for myself enough to report people and stuff like that. And I believe that's the reason why so many people are cautious when it comes to me because I'm alert. A lot of the other patients that are here are not alert. They are on heavy medication, they're elderly, and they don't really know what's going on. I'm not accusing people of getting abused per se, like physically abused or anything, but the neglect is real. Sometimes I could list several days or several times where people don't even touch me, knowing that I don't get exercise, I don't get out of my room, I don't go in the chair as often as I should. The last time I've been in a chair or been physically out of my room, it's been almost a month and a half. That's crazy because when I was living at home, I was in a chair almost every day. I got physical therapy 3 times a week. I was on top of my game as far as like advocating for myself, getting things done, wanting to progress. I went through a little small period of depression since I've been here because I'm so far away from my family, where I didn't, speak up as much as I should have. Then overall, I've been a little bit more passive than normal because I'm so my family is not able to come to my aid as fast as I would need them to be because I'm 3 hours away from my family. And these are the people that take care of me. So if I sometimes I feel like if I piss one person off, I could piss off the whole staff and they all could just not necessarily gang up on me, but they secretly back each other up. And if you mess with one person on the staff, they all will secretly start talking shit about you and they will not assist you the way that you necessarily need to. And I've seen it done before. So I don't know if this video was helpful or anything. I know I rambled. I didn't necessarily organize as much as I should have because I kind of just wanted to show off my hair. My sister came like in February and did my hair, and it was really awesome. And so I've done my hair like this before. This is one of my favorite hairstyles since I've been paralyzed. It keeps my hair protected, my dreads that I usually have. They're getting longer. The only sucky thing about it is I don't get my hair washed as much as I should. So like the oils and all the products that I put in my hair seep on my face and like make my face break out and my eyes hurt a lot in the morning because of all the sweat and stuff. So it gets kind of yucky. The good thing about it is because it's yarn, it soaks up all of that stuff. So it doesn't it's not as bad as it usually is when my hair is regularly out. Some of the ones in the back are out. Those are the ones that itch the most. And that's a whole nother video to talk about the things that I can't touch that I can feel, like feeling my head, my eyes, my ears, my neck, temperature, and stuff like that. Feeling those types of things. And when I get an itch or when I'm cold or something, oh my, not being able to touch my face, the crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video. Even as crazy as it is, I'm still gonna post it because it's part of me, and I'm glad that I was able to get some stuff off, even though I wasn't as specific as possible. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and write them down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as much as possible. Just know that if you have parents or elderly people or disabled people, living in a nursing home sucks. There is no good ways about it. I've been to two different ones. The first 6 months before I moved into a home setting, and then now, both experiences suck. The thing that's holding me down now is the friendships that I've made and people who go out of their way to actually be nice to me. Now that they're friends with me, before some of the friends that I've made before, they were assholes. Actually, before we were friends, but then I humbled myself and I've shared my short story with people. I've got to know them. They've got to know me, and then they've learned to like me, I guess. But in the beginning, it was so hard to adjust. And I want to blame that on me being spoiled and having my own way with my family and them being more sensitive to my case. But I don't know. Now I try to keep my head down as much as possible because I don't like any drama. For the most part, I haven't been in any altercations or anything that I needed to, okay, I have to report it or anything. But things that I've seen and heard, I would have to be more structured and actually write about it first before I even talk about it, because I don't want to, like I said earlier, put people on blast. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and pray for me that I'm able to transition back into the community so that I can suffer less. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Goodbye.